bad news, Betty.
What is it, Roger? Roger!
We're in Mid-Shot City.
No!
There's a convention in the video, film and television industries that assigns names and guidelines to certain shots, framing and picture compositions.
The following describes the most common shot types. Can I go over now?
Shh!
The extreme wide shot. In the extreme wide shot, the viewer is so far away from the subject that he, being me, is barely visible. The point of this shot is to show the subject's surroundings. The EWS is often used as an establishing shot. The first shot in a new scene, designed to show the audience where the action is taking place. It is often used in scenes where action is very spread out. For example, in war movies, an extreme wide shot can show the scale of the action. The very wide shot.
The very wide shot, or VWS, is much closer to the subject than the extreme wide shot. The subject is visible here, but only just. And the emphasis is very much on placing me, the subject, in his or her environment. This often works as an establishing shot, in which the audience is shown the whole setting so they can orientate themselves. The VWS also allows plenty of room for action to take place, or for multiple subjects to appear on screen. The wide shot. In the wide shot, the subject takes up the full frame. In this case, my feet are almost at the bottom of the frame, and my head is almost at the top. Obviously, I, the subject, don't take up the whole width and height of the frame. So this is as close as we can get without losing any part of me. The small amount of room above and below the subject can be thought of as safety room. You don't want to be cutting my head off. It would also look uncomfortable if my feet and head were exactly at the top and bottom of the frame. As with many shot types, the wide shot means different things to different people. However, the wide shot seems to suffer from more varying interpretations than other types of shot. Many people take the wide shot to mean something much wider than our example, such as what we would call a very wide shot.
The mid shot.
The mid shot shows some part of the subject in more detail, while still showing enough for the audience to feel as if they are looking at the whole subject. In fact, this is an approximation of how you would see a person in the flesh if you were having a casual conversation. You wouldn't be paying any attention to their lower body, so that part of the picture is unnecessary.
The mid shot is appropriate when the subject is speaking without too much emotion or intense concentration.
It also works well when the intent is to deliver information, which is why television news presenters frequently use it. You will often see a story begin with a mid-shot of the reporter, followed by closer shots of interviewed subjects, as well as being a comfortable, emotionally neutral shot. The mid-shot allows room for hand gestures and a bit of movement.
The medium close-up.
The medium close-up is halfway between the mid-shot and close-up. This shot shows the face more clearly without getting uncomfortably close.
close-up.
In a close-up shot, a certain feature or part of the subject takes up most of the frame. Close-ups are obviously used for showing detail and can also be used as a cutting. A close-up of a person emphasises their emotional state, where a mid-shot or wide shot is more appropriate for delivering facts or general information. A close-up exaggerates facial expressions, which conveys emotion. The viewer is drawn into the subject's personal space and shares their feelings. The extreme close-up. The extreme close-up gets right in and shows extreme detail. You would normally need a specific reason to get this close. It is too close to show general reactions or emotions, except in very dramatic scenes.
On top of the different types of shot sizes, there are also different types of shot. An example of this is the over-the-shoulder shot. This shot is framed from behind a person looking at the subject. The person is facing the subject should usually occupy about a third of the frame. This shot helps to establish the position of each person and give a feel of looking at one person from the other's point of view. It is common to cut between these shots during a conversation,
Alternating the view between the different speakers.
It is important to remember that this is a shot type, and it will be used with a shot size from over-the-shoulder shot. It can be shot in
Wide shot.
a mid-shot
Medium close-up.
and a close-up. The next shot type is a cut-in.
Like a cutaway that specifically refers to showing some part of the subject in detail.
A cutaway is where you can cut to another piece of footage to break up your film. These are good if you were to show what a character is looking at. Lastly, we have the point of view shot, or POV. This shot shows a view from the subject's perspective. It is usually edited in such a way that it is obvious whose POV it is.
If you get a wide range of shots, it makes the editing process much easier. A good tip is to film the whole action in wide shot. Then if you need to, you can cut back to it.
Also, remember to film the entire conversation from both sides of each actor. That way, the actor has room to act and react, and the director and editor can cut between them later on.
Sorry, do I know you?
No.
Oh.
Not forgetting your cuttings or cutaways.
Weirdo. The exact terminology of shots varies between production environments, but the basic principles are the same. Now let's look at the film from the beginning, using the shot types and shot sizes that we have learned.
It's good news, Betty.
What is it, Roger? Roger!
We're not in Midshot City.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Remember, if you do your pre-production beforehand, it speeds up the whole filming process.
And you're not stuck out in the rain for hours on end.
With these new tools, your films will look great!
Can I go home now?
Shut up!